Greetings and salutations. My name is Tish and welcome to the Artist Haven. In this video, we are going to go over how I mix my DIY art sprays. So I got everything around me and ready to go, I think, I hope. So let's get down to it. I've been making paint sprays for a very long time and have kind of come down to a formula that works the best for me. But there's also a kind of method to it as well. So we're going to go through each one of the steps. What you're going to need is obviously some paints. I prefer to use the golden fluid acrylic, and you don't have to get the big bottles like this. You can get little bottles like this, and this will last you a long time, especially if you don't mix a lot of paint. I use these on my jelly plate. I use them to mix sprays. I use them for everything. That's why I get the big bottles. You can also use the high flow acrylics, but you can use even something as simple as the um, craft paints like Montmart or Liquitex Basics, anything like that. They'll work as well. You'll need some kind of bottle to put them in, a spray bottle preferably, but I also use the needle tipped bottles because they're really good for drips. So we'll make some of those as well, and I'll kind of walk you through that. Um, these are optional. These are little metal beads, BBs, ball bearings, whatever you want to call them. You can use plastic beads. They work great. Like those plastic pony beads. Fantastic. The first step is to prep your bottles. And so I get my spray bottles. These are just Walmart 2-ounce bottles. You can get these. I've seen them at Dollar Tree. Um, not lately, but they are available there. I usually remove the label just because I'm me and it leaves a little bit of stickiness. But in order to get rid of that stickiness, you take a little bit of rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle, of course, because everything's in a spray bottle. At least in my studio, I got everything in a spray bottle. And you just rub and it'll remove the stickiness for you. Okay, so there's a nice little helpful hint. I mean, I don't mind that they're sticky because they're going to get full of paint anyway. And this way, when you group them together, they stick to each other and they don't fall down. Well, in theory, they don't fall down. Okay, so there's that. And that one's nice and clean. The first thing I do when I get a new bottle is take the label off, get the goo off, and then I take the end of the tip, and you can see there's already an angle on it. But what I do is I cut it a little bit more, and I'll show you that in a second. Take and I cut this piece at an angle, a really deep angle. Okay, like that. So you can see, hopefully, I can see it from here. So, and I don't have my good spectacles on. It's cut at an angle, and that'll give you more surface area to pull in the ink. Sometimes the ball does get kind of caught in front of it, and you just give it a little shake and it'll go away. So I get the bottles ready. So let's get a couple of bottles ready. I want to make at least 3 today because I want to see if I can get a color similar to this Distress Oxide because I've got some ideas that works with kind of rusty, grungy stuff and coppery patina-y stuff. So I want a kind of patina color. I'm also going to make kind of a rust color and blue. I also get if I'm thinking about it, I'll grab some cups and a stir stick if I need it. Oh, and the other thing you're going to need, sorry, is isopropyl alcohol if you don't have distilled water, because you're going to put a little bit. I have filtered water today because I can't find my gallon of distilled water. Like the whole gallon disappeared. For these needle tip bottles, you're going to need a cup to mix in because you can't rightly mix in that little teeny tiny hole. Anyway, so let's start off. Let's get I've got these little funnels. They came with those bottles and I just wash them and keep them. So I've got a stack of them. If you don't have a little funnel like that, um, Dollar Tree has a stack of 3 and the smallest one will fit in these bottles. So we're going to fill this about halfway full for now. just so the paint doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay, so it's about halfway. So it's about 1 ounce of water. And to 1 ounce of water, we're going to add I got a dropper here. This is a 30 mil. If you don't have one of these, just take a teaspoon, like a quarter teaspoon or a half teaspoon, and put about that in there. And I'm going to put just a little bit more because I'm me and I like doing extra. Or if you can find it, you can take 50% rubbing alcohol. So instead of 91% isopropyl alcohol, it's 50%. I think they sell it at Dollar Tree. Um, it's less concentration of rubbing alcohol and it's mixed with distilled water. So you're kind of getting the same thing. You'd still want to mix that with water, but you want to mix it like more like 50-50. Let's do, I'm going to take this funnel off and we're going to put him on that one. We're going to do, this is burnt umber, and then I got burnt sienna too. So we're going to start with the Montmark. This is craft paint. This is not anything special. Um, I bought this to do some other projects, and I just got them at my favorite store locally, the Painted Raven. And we're just going to put about a pea size in here. Okay? We'll start off with that and see what happens. I'm actually going to put this yellow in there. And just a little, ooh, I may have to put more brown in there. That's okay. We'll put a little bit more brown in there. So you want to start with less paint, obviously, because you can always add more. I mean, if you want to start with, all gung ho with paint, and that's fine. You're just going to need a really big container. And I say this because I've done it. I'm just going to put a drop of white in there. Give it a shake. Maybe two, because there's one on the edge that wants to come off. There we go. And then because I'm extra, you can just put one, but I put three. There we go. Now we take one of our snipped ends and we use that to kind of wipe it off. Get it in the water. And I'm going to put the lid on this before they end up all over my floor. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Let's put a little bit more brown in here. Now, when you water these paints down, they're going to lose their binders. Most paints, if I remember correctly, can be watered down by 5 to 10%. We're doing more like 90% water. So the binders are going to be broken down. So these ones aren't going to be like paint anymore, but they'll still impart a really cool color. Now I like that. That looks really cool. So let's do a little test spray and we'll see what we think. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Okay, so my little trick to you is have a cup of water and then take these caps off and throw them in water when you're done working. Don't be like me and just put the lid on and call it a day. So, and then the other thing that's really cool about these is you can use the straw and use it to flick dots to splatter. So, multi-purpose tool. That's really cool. That's a really nice kind of rusty orange, and that's what I was going for. Again, we're going to take this is filtered water. Okay, next one we're going to use some of these golden paints. And I'm just going to take the paint off the thingamabob. There we go. So we're going to do a bunch of green. Okay, I'm going to do 15 drops of green. This is phthalo green yellow shade, and this is phthalo blue green shade. So the green and the yellow should make it a little bit more green, but we still got some blue going on in there. Okay, so I did about 30 drops of blue. And we'll grab an angled, let's get our little beads in there. Oops, I put 4 in there. Oops. So the other thing you want to kind of pay attention to is the translucency of the paint. So this is not very translucent, but on the translucent side, this phthalo green is fairly translucent. So if you want it to be a little lighter, a little less translucent, use this is a zinc white, or you can use bone black is also very dark. Like we'll darken it, we'll pigment it. There we go. Because these are pigments, but they're more translucent pigments. I don't think this is going to be the right shade that we're looking for. These aren't the droids you've been looking for. I'm having fun with losing my voice. Nope. But it's close. Let's do 5 more drops of green. Let's try this. Ooh. Yeah, that's still really bright. Let's try. See, it's still really bright. It's like I didn't even do any white to it. So let's add 10 more drops of white. Let's get rid of. You know what? Let's do 20 more drops of white. This is really bright, yo. But it's so pretty. I might just do, you know what? Let's do another one. Because this is really pretty. I like this. So let's do another bottle. I got plenty of them. Let's move this to the side before I put my elbow in it. See, this is what happens when you have a plan. But, you know, you get that happy accident. So we're going to put about an ounce of water in. All right, so we're going to start with, we're going to do 10 and 10. Oh, shoot. Oh, well. Where's a little cup? Ha. We'll just do this. See, that's what'll happen. Oh, here's a good learning experience. That's what'll happen if you put too much rubbing alcohol. You'll get little chunks because it reacts with the binders. So, and I don't have a pipe cleaner. Usually I have a pipe cleaner on my desk for this specific reason. So let's start that again. 1, come on, 1. Okay, so let's get some paper out here. Let's see what this does. Let's see if we're close. I think we're close. We need a little bit more green. So we're going to put a little bit more green and a little bit more white. So you can see it's really close. I'm hoping I didn't get it too green. Let's get the spray nozzle cleared out. There we go. So there's that. And there's that. So it's reacting to the water in there. That's why I love these and I love these, because these will make this react, but it'll blend and it'll do cool things. So I still get the distress oxide stuff when I have it in my budget. You know, I don't always have it in my budget. And let's do one more spray bottle, and then we'll go to the needle nose bottles. And then I'm going to take the sepia and I'm just going to put like 3 drops just to kind of deepen the color. I could add the iridescent graphite, but I want to put that in the other bottle. So, okay. We're just going to do like 3 drops. So I got a little bit of space here yet. And I can use this as a background. So, oh yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I want to add, so I'm going to add just a little bit of dioxazine purple, because the phthalo blue is fairly translucent, but dioxazine purple is not. So I'm just going to add like literally 5 drops. Just enough to deepen the color and take away a little bit of the transparency. Okay, so we got to get, yeah, see, that deepened it up a lot. You can tell. So here's the off spray from the last one, and here's the spray from this one. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, let's do a bottle like this. And since we're going to do our mixing in here, I'm just going to leave my little paintbrush in there because that's working. I am going to put just a smidge more rubbing alcohol in here. Probably a capful. Capfuls are usually about a teaspoon. About. Okay? About. A boot. We'll give that a stir. And we were going to do a brown. We're going to take this burnt sienna. Now, the other cool thing you can do once you have a bunch of colors together, let's say you had a bottle of like this magenta and it's almost gone. Like there's like that much. You can use this color in here to like change it. So let's put a little bit of this in there. Okay. Because of course I mix a whole bunch of magenta up, and that's not even a real good color for me. I'm going to add a little bit of this sepia. And because we put the magenta in there, I'm going to put like 2 drops of green, maybe 3. Let's see. Let's take our brush and... Okay, so it is very transparent still, which is fine. We're going to take a knockable bottle. Take a little bit of this burnt umber, just like a little sklooge. Okay, and because this is orange, or orangish brown, we're going to add a little purple to it. You can add purple or blue, but because the dioxazine purple is more opaque, it will give us the opacity that we're looking for. I like this brown. Let's see what it looks like on paper. That's much better. Yep, yep. Okay, I almost put that in my I almost put that in my tea. That would have been bad juju. Okay, so we're going to take this bottle and this funnel and we're going to put this in here. I'm going to do a spray bottle with this brown as well. Look at the mess. Look at the mess. It's all right. I never put these on the bottle and then on this. I just put the thing on and then put the thing on because it's kind of annoying. All right. And then I love the drippies. I love it. And then we've got the spray bottle. Perfect. All right. I wanted to do a black metallic. So this is iridescent graphite. So I want to do it in a drippy bottle and then I want to do it in a spray bottle as well. Now with metallics and micas and stuff like that, you got to be careful how you treat the cap. So this is titanium white Amsterdam, and I'm just gonna put like literally that much. Maybe a little. Well, there we go. Finally got to come off. Maybe a little bit more. Because I don't want to make it white. I just want to make it a little bit more opaque. Yeah, that's a nice kind of. You know what? We're gonna put a couple drops of blue in there. Just like literally 3 drops. I think I added too much blue. Oh no. I added too much blue. We'll add a little bit more gray. Okay, so we've got the bluey, the grayy, and then the steel blue. Oh, that's epic. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this though. Just a little bit. Like a splooge or two. All right. Just because I want a little bit more metallic. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Okay. That's happy. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, look, I got a little magenta on there. The secret. You want to know the secret to getting your stuff in a bottle without having it go all over the place, like I obviously did. And you, I'm gonna find the seam side so I know where my hole is. So here's the seam side. I'll poke it right next to the seam. I'll do one little hole and give it a little twirly gig. And then we can take our funnel and put it in, give our medium a stir, and pour it in. Give it a shake, and we got drips. And we got a spray. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's so pretty. It's not a boring gray. It's got a kind of a purpley blue hue to it. Yeah, I like it. See, now we can take that gray and bring out our other sheet here that we were doing this guy with. Let's grab him. Grab this one and lift up this blue. There we go. So you can do like when you do the oxides and stuff, you can get that edge like that, let it dry a little bit, or hit it with the heat gun or a hair dryer or whatever and get that edge and then lift up color. So then you can come in with a gray or a brown. And the further away you spray, the better it works. Like the splattery it is. And you can do the little trick where you hold the edge too. I'm just not real good at that. I love the colors we created today. I love you guys. And I hope you have someone that you can say I love you to. You know?